Okay, power clean plus thruster, 2 plus 2, 7 rounds every 3 minutes. This is basically a heavy day as far as CrossFit is concerned. It's gonna look a lot like day 1 workout at the CrossFit level 2. What we're gonna do is we're going to have a whiteboard session at the top, basically 3 minutes. Here's what we're gonna do, blah, blah, blah. Does anyone have any injuries? Do I need to scale? Blah, blah, blah. That's the first 3 minutes. Then we're gonna have 3 to 15 minutes. From 3 minutes to 15 minutes, we're gonna do a general warm up, and I'll explain what that is in a second. And then I have 3 parts of the specific warm up. We're gonna do some clean prep to kind of review the clean and how to do it properly. We're gonna do a progression for the thrusters so that it's really, really efficient. This is something I feel like goes kind of like, people don't teach this. I teach at the level 2 seminar, kind of show them how to teach a progression, and people really like it. And then we're gonna have 5 minutes here where these are the warm up sets. When we get to the 7 EMOM, this is a working load. It should be at about 70 plus 75%. It should be heavy by that point. So we're not just gonna go cold turkey into the set. So we're gonna have about 5 minutes. They can practice the weights and they can figure out, okay, what does my first set wanna be? And then from there, you can build weight every round, okay? But we don't wanna go cold. There's still gonna be warm-up sets before we get to the heavies. Then we have the workout here, the heavies, clean up, and then cool down. As far as warm-up goes, the general warm-up, we have sandbag flips, front rack carry with front squats. That's the general warm-up, just to get everyone set. The point of the sandbag flips is to get the hamstrings and the glutes firing and also the hip flexors firing, which is gonna help people be able to squat better. The front rack carry is to turn on the pecs and the lats so that the front rack is nice and stable. I'm really big about intentional warm-ups because you wanna prep the muscles that are supposed to do the work. And then the specific warm-up, we're gonna do 5 minutes of power clean prep. We're gonna do the burden warm-up. We're gonna review the first pull. This is where people really get out of place. If the first pull sucks, the clean sucks. And then the second pull, making sure that they understand that the bar wants to go up, not forward. And then we'll do a power clean plus front squat so people are learning what a power clean is. So the difference between a bad power clean and a good power clean. Then we'll do a progression to teach the thruster, going top down. I think this is a really, really useful skill that is not taught very often. So we're gonna cover that for 5 minutes, and then we'll have the warm-up sets. Cut. All right, first warm-up piece gave you the sandbag flip. Emmy's got 2 different bags here. Usually what I do for our smaller girls is a 40-pound bag here, and then maybe for our newer guys, 60 pounds. And then our strongest people, they can go back and forth between this bag, and there's a bigger one over yonder. Give Anthony that one. The purpose of the sandbag flip is to fire up the glutes when going forward and the hamstrings on the way back. So to set up, Emmy's gonna go over the bag, and she's basically gonna act like an excavator where her feet lead the movement and then the hands just drag the bag. So do a couple reps. So she's gonna walk her feet forward and the bag's gonna go forward. Notice that her torso stays pretty much vertical to the ground the entire time. What we don't wanna see is them flipping the bag with her arms like this. See how the arms are doing the work and not the legs? So instead, we wanna do it correctly. We're gonna just let the hands drag, feet lead the way. Now we're gonna go all the way across, then we're gonna come back. So we're gonna do the opposite this time. The hands are gonna be left behind, the feet are gonna lead, and then she's gonna walk back, and then the bag will drag behind her, just like that. Now what we don't want is to hike it like a football. It's not an arm workout, it's a hamstring workout. So correctly, we're just gonna walk the feet and drag the bag back, keeping the torso down. People are gonna wanna lift the torso really high, and we don't want that, okay? You can pause. If they feel it here, on the way forward, they're doing it correctly. If they feel it here on the way back, they're doing it correctly. If they feel anything else, they're doing it wrong. Emmy's gonna show you with a little bag, just to kind of demo real quick. So same thing here, feet lead the way. Walk the feet forward, the hands just kind of drag the bag. And then go backwards. Okay. Now we want them to go all the way down, all the way back. We want them to go as fast as possible. On these ones, we're gonna do 3 rounds. If there are a lot of bigger guys, they can share this bag. Just make them go faster. So that's the first one. The second one is gonna be the sandbag front rack carry. So Emmy's gonna pick up the bag. Couple key points here. The hands are on the sides of the bag, not underneath. So people are gonna wanna cheat with the hands underneath the bag. You're showing them hands underneath the bag, folded and collapsed. Yeah, we don't want this position. That's cheating. Put the hands on the sides of the bag. and let the bag hover off the chest. This is not a comfortable position. We're trying to get the pecs to fire in here. We don't want any traps. We don't want front shoulders. We want to get lots of lats here. So if she pulls the elbows down, we're going to get more lat, more pec. She's going to walk across the room. And let's pretend like she made it across the room. You're going to stop and do 5 front squats. And then you can go back across the room. And put the bag down. With these ones, I like to do 3 down and back. So 1, and back down is 1, and then down and back is 2, down and back is 3. All right, so that's the sandbag. That's the general warm up. The point is we're gonna fire up the glutes, fire up the hamstrings, fire up the pecs, fire up the lats. Now, next thing we're gonna do is gonna do Bergner warm up. So Emmy's gonna grab the bar. Pretty standard, right? We have feet. The stance is going to be underneath the hips. The grip is going to be wider than most people want to be. What we should have at minimum is we should have the thumb right there next to the knurling, so a little bit more right there. This is bare minimum. People are going to want to be closer. Emmy has her hands really wide compared to most people, so go to where you usually are. The wider grip is actually pretty advantageous because the bar hits higher in the hip. And it also makes for a more stable front rack. So from here, we're gonna do the down and finish. She's just gonna jump. Ready? Jump. And jump. And jump. Really important, the point here is to jump. We're driving with the legs to make the bar go up. Part 2, elbows hand outside. Ready? And jump. Same thing, we jump, and then we guide the bar to the sternum. One more time, jump. All right, third one, muscle clean. This time, we're gonna do muscle clean. Don't rebend the knees. So the knees are only gonna bend once. Ready? And go. Nice, reset, and go, and reset, and go. All right, fourth exercise is a tall clean to 2-inch step. Ready, go. Yep, reset, a little bit deeper this time. Ready, go. There's a little bit of a dip there. If you look really carefully, the knees rebend. People are gonna wanna do that, and that's okay. It happens every once in a while, but we wanna try to avoid that. If they do it too much, they can go tippy toes like this. And then pull under, go. Yes, that was better. This time go to parallel. Ready, go. Yes, and then we're gonna do 3 at full depth. Ready, go. Yep, reset, go. Yes, reset, go. Cool. On the depth for the squat here, you can put the bar down. On this one for the squat, the depth is gonna be dependent on the athlete. If they have a shitty squat, we're not gonna make them go all the way down. Make them go down to their bottom. All right, so let's burn and warm up. Second part is we're gonna look at the first pull. All right, here's the second part of the clean prep. So right now, Emmy's feet are where they're supposed to be on the clean. A lot of times people are gonna get too close to it where they're hugging or they're crowding the bar, so their shins are right on it, so go ahead and step forward. And then go ahead and grab the bar. Now what this ends up doing is it puts everyone in their hips, their heels way too much, and it causes the bar to swing forward. So right now she has all her weight in her heels, and we don't want that. We want the feet to be more balanced. So she's gonna stand up, give the bar some space. So usually I like to have the bar so it's right above the shoelaces right here. Or for taller people, it's gonna be over the front of the foot. So from here, she's gonna reach down and grab the bar. And she's gonna bring her shins forward. So there's actually more angle here. And this is a much squattier start than a regular deadlift. So the first thing we're gonna do is she's gonna practice the first pull. So she's gonna slowly press the floor away so the bar is just above the knee. And pause. And then what I'm looking for is looking to see if the feet are flat, which they are. Back down. Now give me a bad one where your weight's all in the heels when you get to the knees. Ready, go. So we don't want this position. This is bad. All she's doing is counterbalancing. She's not balanced to the foot. So back down. Just push straight down like a leg press. And that's the first pull. Reset. Now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go slow to just above the knee, but once we pass the knee, we're gonna jump. Ready, go. Slow to the knee, jump. So that's a good one. All the momentum's going up. Give me a bad one when you hump the crap out of the bar. Ready, and go. Now you see how the bar swings away. We don't want that. We want the bar to go up, not forward. So give me one more good one. Slow to the knee, then jump. And everything goes vertical. This time give me a bad one. So she's gonna go up, and then she's gonna hump the bar goes away. That's not good. We don't want that. So that's the second part. We're gonna work on first pull, second pull. The next one we're gonna do is we're gonna do the power clean, and I want to emphasize landing in a front squat, but a shallow front squat. So above parallel, so parallel or above. So give me a good one when you're gonna pause at the receiving position and go. Yes, and squat. Yes, and stand. Now give me a bad one where you land with your knees too far forward. Ready, and go. And at this point, it's really hard for her to squat because her hips are stacked right over her heels. Try to squat, babe. It's really hard. She's got to sit back, and now she's all toes, and stand. All right, this last warm-up piece, we're going to practice the thruster and cycling it efficiently. So Emmy's going to put the bar overhead. Her feet are narrow at this point, so bar's overhead. First of all, Emmy's going to practice cushioning the bar as it comes down. In slow motion, it looks like this. Elbows are going to go forward. She's going to come to her tippy toes, meet the bar, and cushion it onto her shoulders, just like that. Let's do it full speed, bar overhead. So on the way down, going to cushion, cushion. Nice. Next step, bar's going to be overhead. Feet are going to be wide in a squat stance. She's going to do the same thing, but instead of stopping, she's going to ride it all the way down to the bottom of the squat. Ready, and go. And then stand. Push the bar overhead again. Ready, and go. Yep, and stand. Now, bar overhead. This time we're going to cycle 3 thrusters. Ready, and go. So here what I'm looking for is I'm waiting for her to have the bar touch her shoulders before she squats. I'm going to wait for her to stand up all the way before she presses the overhead. Cool. And then after that, we come back over here. We're going to put it all together. So we have the power clean prep. We did the Bergner warm up. We did the first pull plus clean pull to focus on staying balanced to the feet. And then on this one, we had the front squat, the power clean plus front squat to emphasize the receiving position. So we want a nice and shallow front squat. Then over here, we do the top down thruster progression to help them be more efficient and be able to cycle it more cleanly. Because if they're slamming the bar on the way down, it's going to feel heavier at the bottom. And if they're pressing too soon, they're not going to be as efficient on the thruster. And they practice cycling. Then after that, I'm going to do 5 minutes of letting them warm up before we start to E3, Mom. Okay, bye.